Welcome everyone back to Mr. Weather Updates. And today's video, we're going to live radar, and then we're going to have a look at the Hadley cell. Hadley mean central mean temperature from the Met Office, and then we're going to look at the usual what we do every some Monday, which is obviously the ECMwf European outlook for the next couple of days. That will be extended out for the month. That will take us to the first week of October in about 46 days. So we'll do that for you in a second. So, starting with the live observations on the net weather, temperatures you can see here quite, reasonable and average temperatures for today. If not a little bit above average in the southwest this time. Otherwise, around average in the north. 18 degrees in northern England. A bit further up. Still a bit warm, actually, in western areas, especially, of Scotland. 22 degrees there, so it's feeling quite pleasant. And it will be turning a bit warmer. Not really that hot, but we'll be turning a bit warmer as we go throughout the week. And it's still pleasantly warm in the Highlands. Other than the east, obviously the east is a little bit cooler than the rest, because obviously there's a bit more of North Sea breeze and a bit more of cloud around from the North Sea. And we can see in central England we're in the low to mid-20s. So around 22, 23, 24, nearly 25 degrees there at Yulverton. 24.6 degrees, which is a little bit above average for the time of year, though. Now looking over to the gusts. Not very windy in northern England, but it's a little bit gusty-ish in southwestern and southern England. In the Channel Islands, very windy indeed. Gust up to 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts, so you might be quite notable still there, with quite a brisk breeze. Humidity levels relatively low in the south, and elsewhere really, other than obviously the east where the cloud is lingering. Dew points again around the single digits, so not too much really. And air pressure, obviously in the high pressure influence, so that means we are mostly settled and quiet weather for now. 10-21 millibars. A little bit lower in the southwest though, where we've got a little bit closer to low pressure systems, and higher in Scotland, so 10-22 millibars. Look at the central depth of the Met Office. You can see here August CT is currently now sitting at 18.7 degrees. That is 2.9 degrees above the 23rd, so 61 to 99 average beneficial to the 23rd, so yesterday, the 23rd of August. And that could level out to around 18, perhaps even 9 degrees, 17, 18 degrees. By the end of the month, as we are getting a little closer to the end of the month. Okay, mean sea level pressure anomalies from the, this will take us to October. You can see for this week we have low pressure systems gathering out to the southwest near the Bay of Biscay. That is a thundery low pressure system that's going to move up in the southwesterly direction. Got ridging going on in the Atlantic, and a bit of northern blocking even, so it's a little bit cooler there. And high pressure out into the so that's a thundery low. Now, then this is going to be breaking down, so that means that's going to come in later, so giving a bit of a westerly influence for next week. So that's what's the plan. So yeah, it's going to be quite thundering, a bit humid from that air of low pressure. So it's not going to be that cool, actually. 31st to 7th of August. 31st to the 7th of September. This is this is now 2 weeks now. We have got low pressure firmly in control from the Atlantic. This time it's a proper classic westerly direction. So winds are quite flat and westerly. It's looking very unsettled there. In time for the bank holiday, of course. 7th to the 14th. 2 weeks away now, so it's getting a little bit less accurate, but still low pressure. Again, firmly in control. No signs of high pressure there, with a very stubborn westerly flow. Could be quite brisk at times. Now to the 14th and 21st, a little bit of a weaker signal pattern. Signs of high pressure out to the North Atlantic. Low pressure to the south. That could be low pressure systems, but I'm not too sure about that. It's not something signal. 21st, 28th. No, again, not much signal, but I expect high pressure actually to build in by mid-September, along with this one. So a bit of a question mark, really. We've still got low pressure out to the south. 28th to the 5th of October now, we've got high pressure into the east. It could be a quite interesting wind flow with winds in a south to southeasterly direction, a bit of an east, maybe more like a northeasterly actually. Ignore that. But if the Atlantic is fueling up, then obviously that'll be a westerly direction. It's a little bit confusing, we'll have to see. Not much confidence there though. ECMwf analysis, the 500 hectopascal weekly mean height anomalies. 24th to the 31st. Again, shows lower than average pressure into the South Bay of Biscay. That's a Fundry low pressure system moving in from the southwest in a clockwise direction. 31st to the 7th. We've got low pressure firmly control over here, so a bit of a flat and westerly direction with high pressure to the south. So westies, so a cooler Atlantic air. 7th to the... Sorry about that, I don't know why it went off. Really don't know why. Anyway, yeah, low pressure firmly control again in northwestern areas this time. Again, a west, maybe the northwesterly direction. Quite cool and a bit brisk there at times. 14th to 21st, higher than average pressure, sitting firmly into the UK and Atlantic and the continent. That could be back to a south to south westerly airflow, maybe even easterly airflow actually. Being a bit warmer air mass coming in, perhaps even a heat wave, a very late heat wave. 21st to 28th, high pressure still shows signs of dominating, so it could still be quite settled there, perhaps with another east to southeasterly airflow, wrapping around that high pressure system. 28th to the 5th, so again, high pressure firmly in control. This would be more like an easterly to northeasterly direction. So it could be quite cool there, actually, if not a bit cold. So for the start of October. Now, looking over to the 2 metre temperature anomalies, looking like it's going to be a warmer than average month in September. 60 to 70% above average. Precipitation weekly mean anomalies from this, you can see here, looking a lot wetter than average, if I'm being honest, even it doesn't seem like it, but wetter than average for the bulk of England and Wales, even in Ireland, but it's a bit dry than average in Scotland, and even bits of Northern Ireland as well. That's because low pressure is into the southwest, bringing more of that unsettled weather into the southwest where the Bay of Biscay is. Come on, just delete you. What's the point, right? Now looking over to the 31st to 7th, again, quite a wet signal really, especially for northern England, northwestern areas, and likely to get the most rainfall. Low pressure firmly in control there. And again, low pressure firmly in control, most likely sitting into northwestern UK. 14th to 21st, a bit of a weaker signal, but there's likely to be a bit drier, with high pressure trying to re-establish itself, with some drier interludes possible. Obviously indicated by the Atlantic there. High pressure could be around here, bringing some settled conditions at times, so that could be right there. We'll have to see. 21st to 28th, again, we've got high pressure probably there, so looking a bit drier than average really, with some wet spells. 1st of October, first week of October, looks a bit settled really, with some dry interludes possible, and high pressure into control. 2 metre temperatures, weekly mean anomalies, looking a bit warmer than average for this week really, about 1 to 2 degrees above average, especially in the south, where we've got that low pressure system bringing that warm, unstable, humid air. Now looking 31st to the 7th, again, a little bit above average in the west, southwestern areas, around average for the rest of England. And again, 7th to 14th, around average for the time of year, and a bit above average in the southwest again. 14th to 21st, once again, we're firmly above average, so 1 to 2 degrees above average is most likely for the bulk of England and Wales. 21st to 28th of September, again, looking wildly a bit warmer than average. 28th to 5th, again, looking warmer than average once again, looking like we could probably have high pressure back in control once again, bringing some warmer, milder than average conditions. Times. So that's all for them. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.